What's up, guys? I'm just a gamer and I'm back with another review, this time for Goodbye Volcano High. This was like, it's basically just like a interactive novel, I would say. It's very just story focused. Very little to do gameplay wise besides doing some dialogue options, and the little bit of gameplay there is basically like a rhythm timed game when when your characters are playing their songs because they're in a band. So besides that, that's all really there is gameplay wise. But I found myself surprisingly having a good time with this game. So a bit of backstory on this game. This game was actually shown off, if I'm not mistaken, at the very first PlayStation 5 showcase, and it only just came out, I want to say a month ago or 2 months ago. So like all that time, and the game we got is, man, it looks very low budget. Definitely there are definitely some scenes drawn, like when they're supposed to be zoom outs of a scene, the characters zoomed out are actually like just like really splotchy almost crayon looking drawings of the characters, and then obviously you zoom in and they have a more, detailed and like animated look to them. And yeah, then there's also like the animation itself, where it's just very bare bones and basic, and at some points it's just like not even all that good. But I will say, like, it is good enough to get the emotions and feeling across of the characters. I will say that. And there's really no gameplay besides the few story choices and the rhythm mini games. And then speaking of the rhythm mini games, like they give you, I believe, like one tutorial mini game in the very beginning, but then later on, then like the very next actual songs you do play, they introduce these concepts or like these contextual situations you have to deal with that they didn't prepare you for. So I actually got messed up quite a bit because I was like, whoa, this stuff came out of nowhere. They didn't tell me anything about this. So it was really weird there. And yeah, like technically wise, again, like there were also a few little bugs here and there where like some dialogue would just auto skip, like it would go too fast and just skip right away, and I would like can't hear it, couldn't read it, nothing. So I would miss that. And I believe there were some, I think it only happened once, but there was a point where like we were in the middle of a scene, and then I guess they were like trying to switch scenes to something else, and then it switched right back to the scene where we're at. So it was like this weird thing of like, wait, what happened there? I think it was just like a frame of a scene from a different scene somewhere. So it was like small things like that. Definitely though, obviously the main crux of this game is the story, and it does not reinvent the wheel. This is very much a tried and true high school drama story, just told with anthropomorphic dinosaurs. And that being said, despite that, I will say I actually found myself quite drawn to the story and like pulled in. The characters were very likable, and I could understand their motivations and feelings. And yeah, I was actually quite surprised by how the game was actually able to pull me into the story. And like, so yeah, the story is told well. The story is told well, and I have to give it kudos for that. But overall, I would have to say give this game a pass, because just for what you're getting, it's not worth the price tag. This game was like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $30, and I don't see how. I mean, if it was like, I would say 15 is even pushing it. This should have been like a $9.99 game, honestly. And again, I don't want to be too negative on it, because believe it or not, I actually quite enjoyed the story and I quite enjoyed my time with the game. So I feel kind of bad being so negative, like sounding so negative on it, but I have to be, you know, objective and say that yeah, I think for the price it's not worth it. Maybe if it's cheaper down the line, I would say, you know, give it a go if you want a good narrative, to go like a good a visual novel to go through. I would recommend it then. But as it is right now, I would say no, pass on this game. And yeah, another thing I would say is I actually really like the soundtrack to this game, especially the songs that the imaginary band of the game played. I believe the actual artist is Dabu with vocals from Bridget something. I apologize for not getting her name. But point is, I actually really dug the soundtrack, and yeah, I think that's like one of the highlights of the game. But again, summing things up, it's a bit rough, story's good, but it's not worth the price tag at the moment. I would say pass. But yeah, those are my thoughts. That's my review. Have you played the game? What are your thoughts? Do you agree, disagree? I would love to know what you thought of Goodbye Volcano High. Because again, yeah, I did enjoy the story. I even got a little choked up near the end. And yeah, if you like this, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch, so please consider following me there at twitch.tv/justagamerank, all together one word, or you can click the link below. But thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.